Somebody's kind of set up the walk and go towards the bank close to grab that force that is part of close on the enemies have just one black 730 it's fully one to the night for 7.3. Yeah, not overpaid. Alright, they don't find people on the internet. It's Wednesday, day the 14th. Starting at the bottom of the board today. Because, Vancouver coaching jobs tend to not necessarily last that long. So, when Melville's doing a fantastic job in Abbotsford, I think he's going to turn some heads at the NHL level. And if he doesn't have coaching in Vancouver, I wish him best wherever he ends up. He's done a very good job with that. But as what who's been behind the Vancouver bench as associate/assistant coach, now becomes the head coach. The one concern that I do have is, will this fix their offensive issues? And that's what the Canucks really need to focus on the offseason is, if you're going to have to get more goals out of this team, then that's kind of what happens. They tried. I was going to wear these Flyers pocket jersey that I have, but then the foot is dropped, and I thought, hey, my piece. Because I don't know if the Canucks are going to get any better with this coach behind us, but now we've got a coach. And so it's trying to take it a different home. Talking only to the Flyers, I've seen some comments already about how basically talking coach is a very similar style to what relevant. So is this going to free them up offensively? I would say based on what we saw in Vancouver, it could really help in year one. I don't know if it's sustained past that. But year one for the Canucks under Talkett was pretty busy for the full year. And so, yeah, I think Talkett is head coach in Philly to make big differences. It does feel like it's a natural fit for Talkett to go to Philadelphia. And it ends on those rumors about everybody might end up in Seattle or wherever else. I never really made any sense to that. But anyway, Talkett's the next coach of the Flyers. And it just does feel like that's what expected when it separates and so other songs in news. Albums, who made the NHL debut this past season, and I believe age 32. Signed for 29. Signed for 1 year, $800,000 extension with Philadelphia Flyers. So there you go. He comes up, plays pretty well, and he gets that call up, and he gets an extension. So good for Abo to get that one. We have 2 games tonight in the National Hockey League, starting at 4 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific, at Toronto Maple Leafs hosting Florida. This series is tied at 2. It doesn't feel like it's tied at 2. It feels like Florida is kind of rolling. But I won't think it's on the Hockey series. So Toronto can win tonight is 2 taps to lose, and then try to get a win to 6. So one win tonight, Florida's supposed to be posted up to 6 for Florida. Rodriguez is out of the lineup, both slides into the lineup. One thing for Florida, of course, is their depth is fantastic. Especially Justin Wilson can just slide into the place of Rodriguez handle. Something how the Florida can't be done. There's some discussion about whether or not Florida can make that changes, but those Burby is keeping all that close to his chest, as one might expect. And trying to get Matthews going is going to be key. He has no goals, 9 playoff games that he has in his career against Florida. So if he can't figure out how to get a goal against Florida, the series could absolutely go Panthers' way. They need the stars and Florida to step up outside of. Basically, if Matthews, like, just thinking it over, and Tavares is playing well, and Nylander's been the most dangerous of those 4, and I think Tavares been fine. It really is Matthews trying to find the net, and I've seen some speculation that he's still dealing with injury. You'll likely hear a lot of players are dealing with injury when they just get eliminated from here going forward. Maybe that's part of it from Matthews, but he needs to start getting some goals produced out there. Started to play that really aggressive playoff style hockey. And the good news too is that Ekholm was referred, not Williams was referred for the conference final. When Slovakia can get there, and if Slovakia when they play Dallas, getting Ekholm back to B2. So we could have Edmonton Dallas in the conference final, and that could be highly entertaining. Of course, the Vegas is going to want to change that narrative. We haven't seen them back from 3-1 down in a while. event residents with a house of finished schedule. So I'm not saying it's not possible. We have 3 cities right now that are 3-1. There's always the chance that the 3 of them is 3-1. If we see a 3-1 comeback, I don't necessarily believe that we will, but nobody does before that comeback starts. So maybe they could get that started tonight. Either way, they have to go over there and play that desperate style of hockey that we all want to see the team moving down in the playoffs. So, moving on to the LA Kings, as I'm thinking about the board, Ken Holman is apparently going to be named as the new general manager for the LA Kings. That's supposed to happen tomorrow. So tomorrow there's supposed to be a press conference where Ken Holland is named as the new general manager for the LA Kings. So they're recycling to consider Hawkins as the head coach before Adam Foote is kind of the head coach at the NHL level. And then for Holland, definitely not his first go around as general manager. So let me know your thoughts on that. Kings fans, well as Flyers fans, but how you feel about the Hawkins taking over as coach. I think that's busy fine. Last week, the EWHL, the Ottawa Chargers beat Montreal 1-0. So Ottawa set 32 games to 1 in its best of 5. So Montreal was in a row with the Ottawa Chargers being on to the final. Minnesota's trying to get there tonight. Minnesota hosts Toronto in Game 4. Here the road match located Game 5 is in Toronto. So Minnesota looking to close things out. The Toronto Raptors want to stay in it. We'll see what happens. Tonight, the AHL round 3 gets started, the division finals. Only one game tonight, though, in the AHL, Laval versus Rochester. So that is game on course. And all the best to both, I guess. So that's Montreal's farm team and Buffalo's farm team. And they won. The good thing with that, of course, is that both Buffalo and Montreal have a good rosters. And so they're going to get a chance to play some important playoffs in the AHL level, which I think helps. One thing that I think we're watching from this year making so good is having players come up who were in back-to-back championship teams in Hershey, and now Hershey looks like they're trying to go for a third in a row. So it absolutely can help having these runs to be in the AHL for Scotland Cup. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes tonight. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Starting in the NHL board. I've been a fan, and the reason I'm worried about it is I don't expect much from the Canucks next season necessarily. I've been word on how I feel about the decisions that have been made with the players and some of this too. I'm willing to say, you know what happened to the coach for Vancouver. I know that Kelowna fired back in 2020. I've seen conversations about Adam Foote being fired, but there was some dysfunction in that organization as well. So at any rate, there's different coaches in the NHL and coaches in the WHL, and so let's see how Adam Foote does in Vancouver. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below, as always. Like and subscribe to the best if you've not done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I'll talk to you again.
You know what? Give that man his money. At least, that's what I'm thinking about. And we have had this discussion at various points over the past few months about one of the top Montreal Canadiens young guys that we have seen in years. He is a total stud, a superstar of the now. Screw a superstar in the making. Nah. He's already there, man. He's a top-line defenseman, man. He is a #1 power play quarterback, man. There are few in the National Hockey League who can walk a blue line and dance on the power play like he can. Today we're talking about Lane Hutson and the apparent revealed contract projection that was broadcasted to us on the interwebs via the folks on AFP Analytics. What I wanted to do in this video was dive into the numbers, just talk about what possibilities there are, and debate amongst ourselves whether or not these numbers are appropriate. See, I'm strange.
Craziness. No sugar.
Ask the question as to whether or not you would pay them, and also ask the question as to whether or not you think the Montreal Canadiens would pay these numbers. So, without further ado, let's give a big shout out over to the folks on AFP Analytics. They've been doing a lot of these contract projections, using a lot of the numbers and the models and comparative features they have. It's a very easy to understand look as to how some players could get contracts that they get. They're not always accurate, and that's the disclaimer here. They are never going to be 100% accurate. Sometimes guys sign for less than what the AFP Analytics model projects they should sign for, and vice versa. Sometimes they sign for more. So none of these numbers should be taken as absolute gospel, but for the sake of making a fun YouTube video, let's go out there and dive into Lane Hutson, everybody. Because yesterday, NHL Watcher went out there and tweeted that Montreal sports media is talking about giving Lane Hutson an 8x10. 8 years, $10 million a year. Honestly, if you're just going to go off of that idea, I buy it. I don't disagree. I like it. I think that with the cap rising up, and with some of these other D-men in the NHL making the amount of money that they're making, maybe aside Quinn Hughes, a lot of these guys are in similar dollar amount ranges. I mean, if you read sporttrack.com, you'll see that the highest paid NHL D-men are Erik Karlsson, Drew Doughty, and Rasmus Dahlin, each making over $10 million. But then right around the $9, $10-ish million range, you've got Werenski, Adam Fox, McAvoy, Seth Jones, Darnell Nurse, Roman Josi, and Cale Makar. Yeah, spare Quinn Hughes, who's making 7 point something. He's not on this list because he's a little bit further down there. But a lot of these guys are in that same dollar amount range. And I get it. You could say, hey, Lane Hutson, $10 million bucks. You want this guy to be making more money than Cale Makar? More money than Roman Josi? More money than Zach Werenski? Well, when you think about when those contracts that we looked at were signed and what the cap ceiling was like when Werenski and all these other guys got their deals, the cap wasn't projected to be going as high as it is right now in the next few years of NHL play. So with that in mind, Lane Hutson, if you wanted to talk about percentage of the cap, him getting $10 million bucks is not that bad, in my opinion, especially when you consider him in that same territory of that kind of defenseman. Now, all lollygagging aside, let's go over to AFP Analytics because they actually responded to NHL Watcher's tweet about Hutson getting an 8x10. They said, yeah, it's definitely a possibility. They tweeted out 2 graphics. First is a Lane Hutson 7-year contract extension, where they're projecting him to be getting upwards of $10.28 million a year. The cap hit percentage is 9.89%, assuming the salary cap that we've got right now. And when you look at the bottom, you'll see contract comparables for Lane Hutson on this particular deal, if it were to be signed. You can see that the top comparisons there are Cale Makar, Miro Heiskanen, Thomas Chabot, Quinn Hughes, and Owen Power. Now, you can see those Lane making 10.2 for the next 7 years doesn't seem like that bad of an idea, although of course he would prefer 8. But instead, if you wanted to say, hey, what if we gave Lane Hudson a bridge deal instead? That is not something that I think any Canadiens fan would want to see, but let's just assume the hypotheticals, because it was posted about here too. AFP posted a second graphic of a Lane Hudson contract projection, this time with the length of the deal being 3 years long. They have Hudson projected at a $6.89 million AAV should he get a 3-year extension. And the only two comparable players and contracts that are listed are the 3-year Buffalo Rasmus Dahlin deals as well as the Miguel Sergachev deals. Those two are the only comparables that can exist in this capacity, and you can see that when they had signed those shorter-term extensions, the percentage of the cap was roughly the same. Dahlin was making $6 million. Sergachev was making $4 million, 4.8. So that is kind of the territory that you could see Hudson approaching if you only wanted to give him a bridge deal, although, of course, I mean, Habs fans don't want to see that at all. Think about it, $6.8 million, sure, you're getting a steal of a contract for a guy in Hudson who could be, who is, a number one defenseman in the NHL. Let's say he gets 70 points next year. Hey, that's fantastic. They get such a good amount of production for the dollar amount he'll be providing. But with the cap going up and Hudson getting better over the years, this will be like Quinn Hughes all over again, except in Montreal compared to Vancouver this time. It would be the exact same song and dance, and ultimately I don't want to see that happen to the Montreal Canadiens, where Habs fans in 3 years or 4 years are thinking, hey, we got to keep Wayne Hudson around. He's going to get $15 million, because at that point he might have been winning Norris by then. And then he's going to get a contract extension. Quinn Hughes is already approaching that conversation territory here in Vancouver. A lot of people are saying, hey, is it literally the max deal possible if it was that good and was that important? Lane could feel like that same kind of conversation and everything was right for him. And at this point, there's no reason to assume they won't. He's that good, after all. Is he just doing this? It's kind of flexible with his options. So, ultimately, thinking about what Lane Hudson could be, just knowing what he is right now and projecting that into the future, it's like, yeah, give him as much money as it takes to get him on an 8-year deal, preferably not 7, we want 8, and see him making 10, 10.2, 10 point something, 11 even, million dollars against the cap. Even 11, I don't think is unreasonable when you consider just the level of dominance that this guy has. He is so good already that even the AFP analytical model can't really fully live up to the expectations that Habs fans have for this guy. I mean, it's not that. Maybe give a hot take, say, hey, no, pay him $11 million instead of 10. Maybe earlier on in the year we were discussing an $11 million kind of thing, but that was before Hudson totally took control of the team's power play in the playoffs, and we saw the chemistry that he had with Demidov and Suzuki and everybody else. I mean, just that short little vision that we saw, that sample size of what could be in Montreal with the playoffs against Washington, that right there, that is super, super engaging, and ultimately does provide the biggest level of hope, and thus the biggest justifiable reason to give Lane Hudson however much gosh darn money that he wants. So with that in mind, I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about these revealed Lane Hudson contract projections? What are your thoughts on $10.2 million by 7 years? What are your thoughts on $6.8 million over 3 years? Which one do you think is more appropriate for the Canadian short-term, long-term, and what adjustments would you make on these deals? Let me know in the comment section all your opinions. I hope you enjoyed this spectacular sign on in 5.
Center. Pencil will be top 9 center where Perfetti would play on his left side. Dobrev will play second line. Carson would probably be a third line center again. So I just leave Brian under fourth line center.
We have obviously had quite a bit of Grand Theft Auto 5 over the last decade plus, from multiple releases of the game to outdoor spacing and consistent updates, what they might call the meat and potatoes of the experience for the vast majority of its lifetime. GTA Online. Like this, was it great to Oh, I guess he had. Hold up, the release together we can take that book with government corruption. Yeah, you know. Right, that's still here. Why not? But go back further to the space timeline by just one game. You will find the completely contrasting circumstances of Grand Theft Auto 4. The 2008 open world title was obviously highly acclaimed as well, to the extent that, just like GTA 5, it still stands as one of the best review games of all time, while it's also safe to say that it sold it for the copies as well, even though it obviously never put it close to GTA 5's commercial accomplishments. And yet, with all of its critical and commercial successes, once Rockstar Games was done with GTA 4, Rockstar never looked back to the game again. Interestingly, however, recent rumblings have suggested that that could change at some point in the not-too-distant future. Known Rockstar Games insider Tez2 recently claimed on the GTA forums that a PS5 and Xbox Series X port of Grand Theft Auto 4 has been in the works for roughly a year. Now, Rockstar will likely intend to release it at some point later this year, which of course means that it will release before Grand Theft Auto 6, which was recently officially delayed to April 26 and might not necessarily be done for delays for all we know. Admittedly, this isn't the first time we've heard rumors or speculation about a re-release of GTA 4. Obviously, none of them have ever amounted to anything up to this point. But given Rockstar's recent history, there is precedent to suggest that GTA 4 could once again see the light of day. Rockstar has long been in the habit of outright ignoring its past releases when it is to offer remasters and remakes or anything resembling a re-release, even in the face of overwhelming demand. Until not too long ago, the original Red Dead Redemption was a similar case, but with the acclaimed 2010 Wild West epic has been brought to PC, PS4, and Nintendo Switch over the last couple of years, it now does feel likelier than it ever has that Rockstar might be looking to do something similar with Grand Theft Auto 4 as well. After all, that is another beloved title from the same era of Rockstar Games that hasn't seen the light of day in ages, which in turn has really ratcheted up the demand for the game to come back much more. But if Rockstar does decide to do a GTA 4 re-release, Outlook is going to be much more than a simple port. My hope is stopped. Now it's late.
Mr. need extensions in a year? Yeah? Yeah, in a year. Okay, you'll be 25 when the contract is up.
One thing most will likely agree on is that the aforementioned Red Dead Redemption re-release should not serve as a yardstick for Rockstar vendors yet, because the bar should really be significantly higher. The Red Dead Redemption port really was, and almost always, just a simple, straightforward port. It offered 2 upgrades, and the ones that it did were negligibly at best. The resolution was upscaled, so there were some light improvements to the picture quality, the UI shots, minor adjustments here and there, and that was pretty much it. There were no upgrades to the lighting, to the cast sensors and textures, or anything of note really. The things are different now, guys. No, I'm in charge. Do the dust. And no more you. Now they should have the toughest to because it's played on PS4 Pro.
Probably get more onto this team. Will you be paying for line? No problem, yeah. Sweet, that's first line.
Rockstar decided to close this release, which was viewed by many even low-level notifications for a decade old. That's $50 price. It's no more reasonable to say the least. Thankfully, the package didn't do the undead mega
First line.
for that price.
He sounds burn line, so I'll assign him.
The point being, of course, that Grand Theft Auto 4 spring release is indeed on the way. Not a similar approach. Looking up what the standard is for a number of high-profile remastered releases in the current market, it's impossible not to have higher expectations from the GTA 4 release. Just look at something like Ninja Gaiden 2 Black or the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion remaster. Both of which are remasters that released this year and ended up impressing many with just how significantly upgraded and overhauled they were over the original experiences, in spite of only being remasters on paper. Go back a little further and again, same event with Flag remasters or Mass Effect Legendary Edition, or The Legend of Zelda Ultimate HD, all of which offered meaningful upgrades and improvements that they didn't have to spend to even be able to notice.
You'll be right 4 times there.
While Grand Theft Auto 4 re-release doesn't have to be quite on the same level as far as upgrades are concerned, its standards and expectations for remasters higher than general, and the low-effort work for GTA 4 will be quite unheard to swallow by many, as evidenced by its equipment and itself with the Red Dead 4. Rockstar has tried to hand an actual remastered releases in recent years as well, of course. Though that sadly didn't work too well. Grand Theft Auto for Trilogy, which is definitive edition, launched a handful of years ago on modern platforms and as most would tell you, did an awful job of remastering and modernizing 3K masterpieces. Though GTA gets definitive edition did definitely put in much more of an effort than the Red Dead 4 did, effort that it did put in this lackluster to personality. The powerful is that Grand Theft Auto 4's reported release to the modern platforms will sidestep those curves as well. The thing with GTA 4 is, of course, that it eliminates the spectacular games with incredibly impressive tag and visuals even today. Ridiculously immersive and authentic urban open world map to lose yourself in. One of the most gripping stories that GTA has ever told who's made very well the series' best protagonist ever. Grand Theft Auto 4 was one of that classic in every sense of the word. Since they modernized and updated the right amount of effort, thought put in, could be incredibly exciting. Not only for returning fans seeking to experience Liberty City again, but also for new ones who never played the game when it first came out. Grand Theft Auto 6 will obviously likely outstanding in all of the characters like some volumes on big releases this year. But until then, enhancements being brought on modern consoles, consider that an excellent appetizer. Here's hoping that it actually does end up happening this time. And did you know that we have TV full of those videos every day? Stick around, drop a like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And let us know what kind of content you'd like to see in the future, but comment below.
Okay, Gerard, you invited us to your place to see this first on our list. Ooh, can we play Minecraft? Jesus Christ, Joe, that game is for kids. I want to play something competitive.
Oh, nice. They got a little piece. We got a million noodles. And yes. Well, that's crazy that we don't hear it on that. Now, what is right stuff there? Fresh stuff. Very nice. Yeah, that's definitely. Yeah. Fresh. Oh, oh. Chocolate. Yeah, upstairs. It's like a really fat movie. Cut and picking now. Nowhere else. Fight with the beats.
Where's your competitive spirit?
I'm actually McDonald on this one. What about Overwatch boys? We'll take turns.
Great idea, Brock. What do you think, Joe?
Well, it doesn't matter what I say, since you two will decide for me.
Well, you're right about that. Okay, then it's decided, Brock. Load up Overwatch.
Sounds good. I'll go first if you guys don't mind. And I'll go second since second is the best, right, boys?
Yeah, whatever you say. I'll go last since you have to save the best for last.
Dorado, that's not a better map, I guess.
It doesn't matter what you think of the map, Brock. Since you're going first, it's clear that you want to make a statement and prove that you're better than us, huh?
I'm not going to entertain this conversation. I'm going to go with my boy and my main Reaper. Your main Reaper? Who the hell names Reaper? He's one of the easiest characters in the game, Barack.
I have to agree with Joe here, Brock. You're down to be competitive. Anyone can play Reaper. Even Joe Cena asked you to play Reaper.
Can you stop criticizing me? We haven't even started the game yet. I'll have you two know that Reaper requires a lot of skill.
Good one, Barack. I didn't know that you were a jokester.
Well, since considering how easy Reaper is to play, as well as the fact that he is your main, you better win. And more importantly, get play of the game. No excuses, man.
I agree with Joe here, Barack. You better show us nothing but good gameplay.
Okay, so the two of you get off my ass like James. Just let me focus up here so I can dominate this game.
Oh, shoot, Joe. He's already making excuses.
Glad I'm not the only one who noticed. Barack, time to stop talking and to start playing. Yeah, I know. Just watching, boys.
Jesus Christ, Barack, already stepping on a junk rat trap?
Shut the hell up, Donald. You're literally distracting me from performing around. Yeah, whatever you say, Barack.
What in the hell are you doing, Barack? You call that dominating the game?
Goddamn this all goes. You literally got so lucky. Look at that bullcrap. That's not bullcrap, Barack. That's called a skill issue.
Seriously, Barack, you have golden guns and you're already performing like this. Jesus!
Okay, continue doubting me then. Not me, good boy.
Yeah, I doubt that.
Oh yeah, that's some great cooking for sure. Shut the hell up, Joe. Are you guys going to listen comment on every single move I make in this game?
No, we won't Barack, but if you keep playing Reaper like a goddamn sniper, then we might have to.
You don't know what the hell you're talking about, John. If Reaper plays super aggressive all the time, then you'll literally die. You have to be smart about when you do what in this game. Regardless, I'm not seeing anything so far. The only thing I'm seeing is you giving Zarya a charge. Way to be effective for Rock. I can be more aggressive than what a trans fans think, you know.
More excuses then, huh? I thought you said you dominate. No excuses, bitch.
Holy shit, Barack, how much charge are you going to give Zarya? You guys have been annoying for sure, but there's nothing more annoying than a goddamn Hansel gets lucky with his shots.
It's actually a skill issue, Barack. Just cry about it.
No, it's not. I'm doing more damage than anyone on our team. Look, I'm trying to transform guy again. You do realize Zarya countered Sigma, right? You've literally been feeding Zarya stars. And Sigma getting wrecked. You're the reason why your tank is supposedly trash.
You can't say anything to that, Barack, because you know Joe is actually spitting facts here.
Okay, Zarya countered Sigma so hard, then why doesn't the tank sit? It's not my fault that I transplant decision making. He doesn't need to switch. Sigma is a great tank, and if you actually didn't feed Zarya, then you guys would be crushing this game right now.
Facts.
See that boy? I killed that bitch ass Zarya.
Only because you're anti-slept. Don't act like you did something there.
Yes, for real, Brock, you're being super toxic right now. It's all you when you kill someone, but if you die or lose, it's because of your team. Okay, then watch me kill your entire team, then.
Jesus fucking Christ, Barack. You took so long to get your ult, and then you used it to get one fucking kill.
Shut the fuck up, Donald. You wouldn't know this, but using your ult doesn't mean you have to get all of them. I got their viewer and the team will flip because of me. Okay, I'll actually agree with you on that, Barack. Getting the point is way more important than good shit. For once, thank you for the compliment, Joe. I could use more of that instead of your guys' constant bickering. And could you stop breathing on my neck like goddamn? Oh, I thought you liked that, Danny. I mean, Barack.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Do I have to keep you out of my house, Joe? No, please don't. Besides. All right, then. No more daddy shit from you.
Well, your tank is actually putting in some good work, and you called it a shitty Barack.
You didn't get me kills from it. We're getting kills because I'm so fucking good at this game, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Let's just ignore Somber's ult and Zenyatta's ult then.
You fucking see me flipping more, I'm literally killing him out here. Not bad, Barack, but it wouldn't hurt to show your teammates some credit, you know. Sombra literally made them sitting duck, and Zenyatta eliminated any possibility of you guys dying.
Speaking of giving teammates credit, did you just see that Sigma is doing more damage than fucking Barack? Where's your shit talking?
Team takes them too. You literally just mentioned Zenyatta and Sombra. They definitely helped Sigma's sorry ass. Jesus Christ, how does it only apply to Sigma, not you?
For real, man. Fuck. Once again, Barack.
It doesn't change the fact that you're positioning the dog shit. You can't make excuses every time you die. Oh, yes, I can, Joe. Really, how's that? I'm a reefer man. I can bitch and moan all I want about my teammates and enemies. I will always think I'm the greatest.
You are nowhere near the greatest human shell loving bitch. If you fed the world like how you're feeding Zarya, we wouldn't have a homeless problem, Barack.
Damn, Donald, go off and king. I was trying to break Zarya's bubble down. Without it, he's literally useless. If it's someone that can break the bubble quick, it's Reaper.
Yeah, but you're not capitalizing once you break her bubble. You just become a pussy when she gets full charge.
Okay, I'm tired of your bitching, Donald. What Reaper took. Here we fucking go again.
What the fuck are you doing?
This Donald. Oh shit. Fuck yes, watch me fucking dominate. That's what I'm fucking talking about. There's that fucking play of the game you were wanting to do. How about it, boys?
Okay. Calm the fuck down, Barack. Anna literally nano boosted you. If she didn't, you were literally going to die. And Sombra literally hacked the Zarya. You barely did anything.
How much hating are you going to do on my gameplay? You're literally hating more on my gameplay than you do me. And that's saying a lot. I think Donald's hate is coming from the fact that you don't give an ounce of credit to your teammates.
Facts.
That was a great play, Barack, and I'm going to acknowledge that you're doing more damage than anyone in the game. But you have to acknowledge your teammates.
No can be Joe. I'm a Reaper main, therefore I have to stick to the script. If I win, it's all me. If I lose, it's my team.
Jesus fucking Christ, Barack. How the hell did you walk into Zarya's home?
Shut the hell up, Donald. It doesn't matter. I have my great form anyways. I just wanted Zarya to feel good about himself.
Holy fucking shit, Barack, it's so bold. In real life, you're a warm individual who's open-minded, welcoming, and team-oriented. So let me get this straight. Being a Reaper main is like the opposite, huh?
To put it shortly, Joe, yep.
Jesus fucking Christ, you're not even denying any of this shit. That's ridiculous.
You know what's not ridiculous, though? My dominance. Look at me, boys. I'm killing it.
Once again, taking credit instead of giving credit, so Sombra, who literally ulted perfectly. It's not that hard to kill a sitting duck, Barack.
Shut the hell up, Donald. I don't think Mercy is a sitting duck, but oh, look, I killed it too.
Okay, Barack, I see you. I don't like how you don't give your teammates credit, but you definitely helped your team out. Good shit. You better get play of the game.
Oh, don't worry, Joe. Yeah.
We'll see then.
Get up, you 400-pounder tangerine which-wearing asshole. Okay, I see you, Barack.
How the hell is this play of the game? Anna should have gotten it. She's the one who used nano on you. All you did was press Q. Whatever. Joe, you're next.
Let's see what you got, Joe.
I'll do my best.
All right, Joe, who are you going to pick here?
I'm going to pick Sigma and show you what Sigma's all about, Barack.
Jesus fucking Christ, Joe. Of course your senile ass is playing a senile ass of a character.
Shut the fuck up, Donald. You know good and damn well that Sigma is a great tank and requires plenty of skill to play.
Okay, I'll give you that. Unlike Barack's Vidcast, you're playing a character that requires actual skill.
Fuck you.
Is your brain in a good enough state to handle playing Sigma, though?
I definitely think it is. Just watch Papa Joe do his thing.
I'll have you know, Donald, that Reaper takes plenty of skill. He doesn't have long-distance capability, so you actually have to have skill and positioning, or else you'll get fucked by someone who has a brain.
Kind of like you getting fucked by Hanzo, huh?
Fuck you. Okay, boys, watch me. My shield is in perfect position. Now it's time to dominate.
Okay, Joe, I see your bench. Your accuracy is actually pretty good.
Yeah, I guess it's all right. Not better than me, though.
Let's fucking go.
Holy shit, Barack. Joe has played better than your entire fucking game, and it's only been like 30 seconds. Let Papa Joe cook.
Again, let's go.
Shut the hell up, Donald. He's literally being boosted by Mercy, who's damage boosting him as well as constantly healing him. I can do what he's doing.
Like hell you can. It's easy to say you can do something, but once you're in a game, I highly doubt you can do it. You struggled big time with Reaper. So what would a game with you playing Sigma look like?
The results would be the same. I'll win at the play of the game. Speaking of that, Joe, you better do the same damn thing, or else I don't want to hear it from you two anymore.
Since I am a team player, Barack, I don't care if I get play of the game. I don't know if you know this since you're a Reaper main, but as a tank, your job is to protect your teammates while dealing damage. So getting play of the game is not priority bid.
I don't know what the hell is going on with you, Joe. You're playing so goddamn well, and you've only been spitting out facts during this gaming session. Good shit, Joe.
How the hell are you learning all your rock shots? What kind of cheat agents do you have on Jimmy?
Fuck off, Barack.
Look at this bitch. You literally fucking died because you didn't recognize the semantic code? Did you forget that because you're in advanced stages of dementia or something?
Okay, Barack, I can say that, but not you, bitch. You have no right to speak to Joe like that after he's been dominating this game so far. One death, big fucking deal. He's still helping his team win more than you ever will.
I appreciate your support, Donald. I really do.
Don't worry about it, Joe. Even though we disagree about politics, that doesn't mean that I can't recognize good Overwatch gameplay. Keep it up, Joe.
What the fuck is going on? Joe is capable of playing with someone like Sigma. Donald is being nice to Joe. Did I wake up in an alternative universe or some shit? Where is Michelle? I mean Michael. I mean Michelle.
Get it together, Barack. Just enjoy watching Joe dominate.
All right, I'm about to pop off, boys. Let's do this team.
Okay, what the fuck is going on?
Joe's dominating. That's what's fucking going on. Good shit, Joe. On to the next round.
Thanks, Donald. I appreciate your compliments. It definitely helped me feel better about my gameplay. I couldn't have done it without my teammates, though. Baskin and Genji did a great job dealing damage. I had great healers too.
Did you hear that, Barack? Maybe if you were like Joe Moore, you'd be better at this game.
Okay, listen, shut the fuck up, Donald. When are you still looking at hotels and cars? When you two get married, stop complimenting so much. It's getting uncomfortable.
You're that salty, huh?
No, I am not salty. Bill hasn't even won yet, and I highly doubt that he's going to get play of the game. I've been voted for better than Bill requested.
I don't need to get play of the game to prove my value to the team. I care about my team more than highlights. Like I always say, it's not about how you win, but more so of getting the win itself.
Damn, Barack, you're being toxic as hell. And here I thought that you would just be toxic in Pokemon Fire Red, but I guess I was wrong.
Okay, let's see this then. The opponents have Zarya. If Zarya counters Sigma, then Joe can strip, or else he will die.
Zarya counters Sigma for sure, but it also depends on our team comp against their team comp. In addition, I also need to assess how that person plays Zarya. There's so much more to the game than just counters Barack.
I don't know, it seems pretty simple to me. If 1 plus 1 is 2, then why would you complicate that?
Barack, this is exactly...
Harassment. What you build builds you.
Why you're a bronze caliber player. There's so much more to watch than you think. You actually have to make adjustments based on how the game is going, too.
How the game is going. Joe is beating Zarya charge and literally just got fucked by him. Joe is not making the proper adjustments. He's literally throwing it.
Okay, I might have died, but I have great teammates that help pick me up. That's what teammates are for. I can't do this alone, dumbass.
Holy shit, Joe, your game has been on point today. I'm actually impressed. Good shit.
Thanks, Donald.
Look at this Donald. Joe is not doing more damage than Baskin. This just goes to show that he's not doing much for the team. I had more damage than anyone in my fucking game. That's what you call carrying, not this pathetic ass shit.
Honestly, Barack, why are you being so toxic? I gave you compliments during your gameplay despite you being so fucking toxic. And now here you are hating on every little thing that I do. You think this shit is okay? You think I don't have fucking feelings or something?
Yeah, for real, Barack. You talk a lot about supporting one another, and you're literally trashing Joe in every way that you can. That's super fucked up.
Jesus fucking Christ, you guys. Stop being so damn sensitive. It might be harsh, but it's the truth. You literally just got fucked by Zarya again. This is the second time now, and you haven't made any adjustments. You might not like what I'm saying, Joe, but I really am trying to help you out here.
Now, fuck that, Barack. Don't try to justify your poisonous behavior. There's a difference between constructive criticism and just flat out being a piece of shit. You're literally being a piece of shit.
It's fine, Donald. You don't need to defend me. I do appreciate it, but I have a game to win. I can't let my team down.
Is it really being a piece of shit by seeing Zarya down the Joe like that? Use your fucking brain, Donald.
With all due respect, can the two of you stop fucking bickering? I'm trying to concentrate as I use my ult here.
That didn't even fucking do much, Joe. I told you that you need to fucking switch.
Shut your trap, Barack. He repositioned him and his team much better, and now they're able to finish off their opponents. But you wouldn't understand that since you're literally just a dumb bitch.
Well, one thing I know for sure, Joe is not getting play of the game. He set those conditions out for me to win the game and to get play of the game. I did both. Joe would only do one at most. That just proves that I am better than him in this game.
Appreciate it if you got off my ass. And Donald, I appreciate you standing up for me, but can you please not fight fire with fire?
If that's what you want, Joe, then that's fine. I just don't like how Barack has been bullying you for the past 15 minutes or so.
Seriously, Donald, I'm bullying Joe. It's not bullying when it's the hard reality. Joe had some shitty games there, fed Zarya a lot of charge. They lost the team fight because of his ass. How can you keep defending him like this?
Losing team fights happen, Barack. Losing point happens, Barack. Losing games even fucking happen, Barack. Who in the fuck is 100% perfect? You're literally setting an unrealistic expectation of Joe's gameplay for Sigma and using that to trash him as much as possible.
Okay, let me fucking concentrate here. The round is coming to its end soon. Let's see what my team and I can do about it.
No fucking chance you win this shit. You could have changed long ago from Sigma, but you refused to do so, and that will be your downfall.
Barack, I swear to fuck.
It's okay, Donald. Don't sweat it. I got this. Let Papa Joe cook.
Good old Joe.
Of course, you didn't kill anyone with it.
Got one. Good shit, Joe.
Here comes Zarya.
Thank fucking God for Genji, though. He did a fucking great job finishing off Zarya. Damn, I love my teammates.
Well, your team definitely saved the sorry ass. You won because of your team. You definitely won't get player of the game, though.
Shut your hating ass up, Barack. He still won. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, for real, Barack. Oh shit, I fucking played the game. What the fuck? Let's fucking go.
Jesus fucking Christ. Get fucking demolished, Barack.
Back.
All game long you shit on Joe.
Back.
All game long you said Joe wouldn't win.
Back.
All game long you said Joe wouldn't get player of the game.
Back.
Fuck you.
Super fast.
Bullshit.
Cry about it, bitch.
All right, Donald, it's your turn. Who are you going to play with?
Normally I play Zarya, but if it's defense, then I can play someone else.
Don't make excuses, kid. Play Zarya regardless. I'm not fucking surprised you want to play it as much as a moment, though. That's probably what Coop's bitch ass taught you since you are his kid.
Shut the hell up, Barack. You shitting on me all game last game is one thing, but don't fucking bring in politics into a fucking video game. You're literally the fucking definition of poison, you know that?
Wow, Joe, I don't know what to say. Thanks for defending me. I didn't think you had it in you to defend me against a fellow liberal of yours, so that really does mean a lot.
Like you, Donald, Democrat or Republican. We're just trying to have fun by playing an awesome game in Overwatch, so let's do that. No need to bash each other because of political preference.
I can't believe that you two are making me out to be the bad guy here. You guys started it by shitting on my Reaper gameplay. Now that I'm just returning the favor, you guys get all butthurt about it and say that I'm bullying you. That's some fucking bullshit, that's for sure.
Yeah, whatever you say, Barack. Donald, it will be interesting how you play Zarya on defense. I figured you'd use a tank with a shield or something of that sort, you know?
Yeah, I know, Joe, but bitch-ass Barack was basically challenging me, and I couldn't say no to his dumbass.
This is fucking ridiculous. Come on, Joe, you have to recognize this. You literally said a tank's job is to protect their teammates while being a salmon. But dumbass Donald is just using bubbles for himself. Who the hell is he protecting?
Shut the fuck up, Barack. Now that I'm not playing, I will not allow you to shit on Donald's game. In fact, you have to fucking apologize to the both of us for your constant bullshit throughout this fucking time we've been playing Overwatch. You have some fucking issues.
Goddamn.
Listen, boys. Ultimately, I'm sorry for everything that I've said to you two. Yes. I just got attacked and you can shit on me from the start. You said Reaper is easy to play and that I wasn't fucking cooking. I know that my insults were inexcusable and I'm sorry for that. Ultimately, you were right, Joe. You should be glad to have fun, and I'm sorry for not realizing that as ruling things. I hope you two can forgive me.
I can forgive you.
Lateral loud?
Or a little bit sad.
Sure. What now, well shot? Oh boy. This is gonna get spicy. Because today we are talking about a guy who, if you told me he would be the subject of this kind of video in 2025, if you had told me that back in 2019, or back in 2020, or 2021, if you had told me back then that we would be having this kind of conversation about this player and discussing whether or not he could get traded, or how he's apparently on the block officially, I would have been like, damn, that's crazy. It just didn't go well with the Colorado Avalanche, right? And then if you would have told me, oh no, he's actually playing for Buffalo right now, and he could be traded again, I would have been like, wait, what? Why? This guy's going to get traded twice in his NHL career before reaching the ripe old age of 24 years old? How in the hell is that possible? Today, we're heading over to a report made by David Pagnotta of the Fourth Period. And this was actually posted and talked about on their NHL News YouTube video from yesterday. The fourth period has a YouTube channel, by the way. And the latest episode of the latest NHL news, yeah, that's right, the latest of the latest, features Kate Pedersen. Please come back to Vancouver. Everything was so much better when Kate Pedersen was in Vancouver. And David Pagnotta speaking out about Evgeny Malkin, Bowen Byram, Devils moves, and a whole bunch of other coaching stuff regarding the NHL's vacant spots. Kate Pedersen, man, when she was in Vancouver last year, everything went so well, and all sorts of crap after she left. How was that possible? But still, the latest features David Pagnotta talking about the Buffalo Sabres and Bowen Byram. Here's a quote, courtesy of an article posted on NHLTradeRumors.me by Dave Littman. Bowen Byram's name is expected to pop up again in trade discussions, likely around the draft. It could go long into July, but expect to hear his name out there again in the trade market as the Sabres look to improve. Oy, oy, oy. Improve? What are you, nuts? Bowen Byram was playing 25 gosh darn minutes a night when Rasmus Dahlin was out from injury, and he looked great in that little stint there. Bowen Byram, who already was getting deployed like a number one earlier on in the season and who continued parts of that stretch towards the end, this is a guy who posted up 38 points in 82 games played in his first full season with this hockey team. And you're telling me that you're thinking about trading him because you want to make your team better? What? Now, I am ignoring a lot of what fans are talking about as to why this is going down. Byram has a contract that's expiring. The Sabres may not have as much cap space as they need, even though they've got a boatload of it, to re-sign Byram, to re-sign McLeod, to re-sign Peterka. And the argument that says that, oh yeah, Bowen Byram was riding Rasmus Dahlin's coattails the entire time, even when Dahlin was injured, and if you remember that, you would rather decide to spend your money elsewhere and not give it all to a guy who is not necessarily a number one, but who was playing number 1 minutes, and you get the point. That's essentially the main argument that's existing out there for trading Byram away, especially ever since he got new representation with his agent. So now it's like, yeah, he really wants the bag. But still, man, I just can't shake that idea off. Not to mention the more basic argument that exists too. Oh yeah, Buffalo has Dahlin, Power, and Bowen Byram. All three guys that are left-handed that could play top pair minutes when they all reach their primes. And that's a fair point to bring up. I don't think it's illogical to think about each of these guys stepping on each other's toes. But I'm thinking about it like, hey, Bowen Byram, if you wanted to force him to play on the right, it's not that bad, especially with Dahlin. And also, I mean, would you really want to sacrifice the talent that is there after you've already invested so much into him? Are you that confident that Dahlin and Power are going to be so good that you won't need the services of Byram anymore?
Searching for homes on asphalt feels a lot like when your playlist shuffles to the perfect song. Find that feeling with every listening. Playing it off with asphalt.
Just play him on the gosh darn right side. He's fine there. Defense wins championships, or so the saying goes, right? So why not decide to keep this guy around and have his services there? It makes no sense to me. I'm thinking about it like, okay, you traded away Middlestad for Byram. I think that was great. I think Byram has so much more potential than Middlestad does at this point, and there's no projectable reason to believe that Byram's going to hit it over Casey. But I just don't know if trading him again is the right move. Unless you are getting somebody of exact equal value on the forward court, you don't need to be trading Bowen Byram. Any guy that you're going to get who is young and whatever, like if you traded Byram for Middlestad again, you'd be losing that trade in my opinion. There are so few guys in the NHL trade market that are young enough and that would be as good as a Bowen Byram could be to even think about making that sort of a deal work out. Now, let's go and read the same article on NHLTradeRumors.me, which cites the David Pagnotta comments to read why exactly Byram could be traded. Like with the Cousins trade, Adams will be looking to ship out Byram for futures or draft picks. As Pagnotta correctly notes, the goal next season is to make the playoffs, so any move is going to have that in mind, i.e., it's going to be a hockey trade. Just like the trade that brought Byram.
Zachary Joseph, nice.
2024's trade deadline in exchange.
He's going to be a pretty good OFD
Byram had
for us.
fine
He's going to
season in
be
Buffalo with career highs in his
a armed person with twin years, in a way.
Also logging the personal best 22-42 time on ice. He was not to blame for the Sabres missing the playoffs for a record 14th consecutive season, but his pending new salary might be a problem. Long-term deals are already on the books for Rasmus Dahlin, Power, and Mattias Samuelsson, totaling over $23 million a year. Not to mention the combined $60 million a year, both by top seasons. The Sabres will be trying to re-sign other key RFAs in J.J. Peterka and Ryan McConnell as well. Now, just for reference, though Byram is making $3.85 million a year to the end of this season, his contract expires as an RFA. But come on, man. You're like, oh, we signed Samuelsson already, but you can't do it again for Byram. We have all these long-term deals shelled out to these other guys, and we gotta re-sign Peterka. Yeah, Byram's the guy that's gotta go. Maybe I'm just the biggest Bowen Byram homer on the planet, but I feel like Byram is the guy that you make moves to go around in order to free up the money to get this guy signed onto your team long-term. Hell, it doesn't even need to be long-term. You can just sign the guy, bring him back. Your goal is to make the playoffs. Okay, you've got $21 million in cap space next year. Sign Bowen Byram. Bring him back. I don't think there's any trade that you're going to be able to make that's going to net a guy who is as valuable or as good as a Byram, whilst having a contract that is not similar to what Byram is going to be able to be getting anyway. Unless you trade for a guy on his ELC, which at that stage,
really?
You'd have to be really making a strong move, because any guy on his ELC probably doesn't have too much NHL experience, and the guys who are in the NHL and who are worth trading for in that stage of their careers, they wouldn't be available. You're not getting Celebrini or a Demidov or whatever in a Bowen Byram trade. Like, I just don't see there being a fit for what it is the Sabres want with what they're trying to give up and the reasons for it. Oh, they have too much money tied into other guys. They can't afford to keep Byram. Okay, well, Byram's the kind of guy you make moves to keep. You're not going to win this trade. It's going to be really difficult. And I'll stand by my assessment here. If Buffalo ends up making a trade with Bowen Byram, then we'll talk about it. We'll talk about the pros and the cons. We'll talk about the players coming back, or play year, I guess, if it's a hockey trade. And I'll talk about how I'm wrong. That's very fair. I'm very okay to talk about how I make mess-ups and goof-ups on this YouTube channel. It happens decently often, and I'm not going to hide that. So, Buffalo Sabres fans, I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel, firstly, about the report that your squad is interested in trading away Bo Byram, and that his name is going to be entering the trade market to potentially get flipped around or shopped around at the trade, no, not the trade deadline, excuse me, at the draft? Is this a guy that you would rather keep? Is this a guy you'd rather trade away? You should to sign this guy long term. You've already got yourselves 3 longer term deals in Power, Dahlin, and Samuelsson. What's one more? Or is one more too much? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Shout out for listening on. And bye.
Welcome back. All right. Talk about the Calgary Flames. Time to round out this playlist. So next up, I'll be taking a look at teams that got eliminated from the playoffs. So new playlist there. We're looking at a team that missed the playoffs. The final one to look at is Calgary. The Calgary Flames had a pretty darn good season. Unexpectedly, they were considered to be a rebuilding team. especially considering how many veterans have left this team over the last couple of years, but they surprised people. Now, they haven't made the playoffs since 2022. In that playoff year, they got to the second round. They lost against Edmonton and battled Alberta. They really wish it gone longer, but Edmonton was a better team, and Calgary has fallen off since 2022-2023. They go 38-27-17, 93 points. And the following season, a lot more lost in regulation. They still won 38 games, but they lost 39 in regulation and only 5 in extra time. So that's a drop of 12 points that they earned from losing in overtime and shootouts, and therefore they dropped to 81 points. This year, they rise by 15 points, a record of 41, 27, and 14 for 96 points. And I think it really depends on how you see the Flames. Are the Flames building themselves up to become a contender? Are the Flames building themselves up to just be a playoff team and linger around that playoff picture? Or are we still going to see this team go through some sort of rebuild? Are they in it now? Building up your thoughts. Now, they had 1 point to both New Jersey and Montreal. They were tied in points with the Blues, so they at least had tiebreaker to make the playoffs. Very, very close. Now, what we learned last season was Detroit got very close too, didn't quite make it, and then fell off. That could happen with Calgary as well. That being said, the work ethic was always there, and that work ethic kept them in, and even though they couldn't score, their top scorer was Nathan Kadri, who had a very good year. But considering their top scorer had 67 points, that is a lot less than most teams have for their league scorers. 35 goals, 32 assists in 82 games for Kadri to get 67 points. Huberdeau had probably his best season in Calgary, 81 games, 28 goals, 34 assists, 62 points. And we'll talk about his contract. Is he ever going to live up to that contract? No. But at least this year, it felt like he played a little better. He's more goals there, too. And so, you know, it's not a total loss, let's give it on that contract. And they're not in any kind of cap situation either where that contract really hurt them. Coronado, 77 games, 24 goals, 23 assists, 47 points. Of course, he just signed an extension. Weaver, 81 games, 8 goals, 39 assists, 47 points. This one quite good under this line. Blake Coleman, 82 games, 15 goals, 24 assists, 39 points. I think 40 to 50 points every year for Coleman. Great. Plays a good two-way game, does a lot of things out there for them. Jaradovic, 73 games, 17 goals, 15 assists, 32 points. I think Jaradovic can get into that 25 to 30 goal range next season. And Michael Backlund, 76 games, 15 goals, 17 assists, 32 points. So when we look at their top scorers compared to some of the other teams that I've gone over, definitely issues when it comes to the goal scoring. Connor Zary, full season from him, full healthy season from him went out. 54 games, 13 goals, 14 assists, 27 points. I think Kadri can get into that. Zary can get into that 60-65 point range as soon as next season. And so we'll see what happens there. Now, both players who came over from Philadelphia had their struggles. Brock, 32 games, 3 goals, 9 assists, 12 points. And so we'll see how long both of these players remember to play. Farabee has had his struggles on line. 31 games, 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points with Calgary, so it just didn't quite work. Good news for the Flames, too, at the end of the season, being correct, comes out, plays the 1 game, has a goal in that game, so on pace for 82 goals. Pretty good for a defenseman. I don't know if he would have kept up that goal per game pace, but who might have done? Dustin Wolf.
Picture this. You have a big website idea and you're just ready to go. Instead of taking months to build it,
pretty good regular season for him. 29, 16, and 6 record for the rookie with a 9-10 save percentage. He is a finalist for the Calder. Bogart, 12, 11, and 6 record, 898. You're not going to win very many games that way. Their goals against was 15th in the NHL at 2.88. So the defense and the goaltending kept them in these games. Their power play was 19th at 21%, considering their overall offense was 29th. That's not bad. Their penalty kill was 25th at 76.1%. So kind of weird that defensively they were better than they were offensively, but on special teams, the one that's scoring goals is better than the one that is trying to prevent goals. It's one of those oddities from the season. But the Flames numbers overall not bad. And so as long as they can find ways to score more goals next year, during good days and they have some cap space, they could maybe go over and find somebody who could finish off some plays that they couldn't finish off this year. One thing that really impressed investing in Calgary, and one of the reasons that it was very popular here in Calgary this year, work ethic. The work ethic was fantastic. 22.89 hits per 60 minutes was 11th in the NHL. They were on the block shots as well, 15.78 blocks per 60 minutes. The hard work's there. The takeaway, throw that too, at 5.22 takeaways per 60 minutes. That was fifth in the National Hockey League. So good defense, forcing turnovers, and just hard work. The hard work, that's what, if anything, the Calgary Flames record this year shows that hard work cannot be overestimated in terms of its importance to a team record. So their cap space on July 1st will be $27.79 million according to Partia, and they don't really have any big money contracts to worry about this summer necessarily, other than Connor Barron. That may be a big money contract, but still not going to eat up most of that $27.79 million. So they have two firsts this year, not their own. They have New Jersey and Florida. Next year they have their own, and they have Vegas' first round draft pick as well. So there are a couple of extra draft picks there. This is a sign of a team that's regional inside rebuilding, but they're doing all their state competitive. And so that's a fascinating development for Calgary that I don't think we saw coming last summer. Last summer the expectations were that Calgary would be down towards the bottom of the league, and they weren't. And so maybe they could stay with it. They're still causing cats. Cats don't want to get in and out of the room. Anyway, professional here. So looking at their pending unrestricted free agents, Anthony Mantha, who did not play enough games for the team this year, that could help the offense right there. As Mantha's played a full season, he has been at least 20 goals for him. Really good fourth liner. Kirkland, another player who's having a pretty good run, and then he got hurt. And what's interesting too is Mantha gets hurt, and that's and their offense is going to fall apart. Kirkland's out less, too bad. It just shows that these guys are jinxed, they're not meant to get there. And they kept going. Handling on the blue line, Vladar and Net and Tyson Barry. Barry didn't quite work. I knew what they were going for, and so for Tyson Barry, we'll see whether or not he comes back to play next year. We know near the end of the search, so we'll see. Restricted free agents, Morgan Frost coming over from Philadelphia. As I said, not necessarily scoring a lot, but it does mean that it's easier to re-sign it. Probably 1 year, maybe a 2-year contract. Zeri is probably going to be on the longer-term side that they want to get Zeri signed. Maybe they give him a contract that's very similar to Fornello's. So we'll see what the numbers end up looking like there. Flapka, if you're going to play well if you're going into contract negotiations. Flapka had a strong finish for the 2024-2025 season. And Kevin Hall on the blue line. Hall's probably going to get some decent money, probably a 3-4 year contract, I would think, for him. Now, looking at some contracts on the team, I mentioned the Huberdeau contract. It is $10.5 million in terms of cap hit until 2031. Salary cap's going up. There is another contract on this team that is egregious, so Al or maybe London, so the Huberdeau contract is the person. And I don't mean like the Huberdeau contract's awful necessarily. I think it's aging better as long as Huberdeau's playing the way he did this year. The cap rate at $7 million until 2029 is very reasonable considering his 35 goals. Farabee, $5 million until 2028. Not a fantastic contract. Part of the reason he was available to Philadelphia would be that contract. But yeah, Farabee, we'll see what his future is with Calgary Flames. Weegar, $6.25 million until 2031. I think that's a huge bargain right there. Rasmus Anderson, $4.55 million for 1 more year. In the event that Calgary does drop back this year off, we'll start to hear about Anderson and what the plans are going to be, although we may see Anderson re-sign during the summer. When there were reports about him being moved, it was quite clear he'd rather stay in Calgary rather than sign and sticks around. Wolf's a restricted free agent next summer. So if Wolf has another year like he did this year, the pressure is going to be on to give him a pretty big money contract. But at this point, that's just looking at for next season. Keeping in mind, the best time to sign those contracts is usually before that season gets started. So for the Flames, it might be in their best interest financially to get Wolf signed this summer to a contract that's not quite in line, but a contract that will pay Wolf pretty well and following a 5 or 6 year deal. I would think maybe they go slowly. The young players considered to be their goaltender right now and for the future. Maybe they do go for the year. One of those in rotations get rolling. Craig Conroy's done a good job as general manager. I find no fault with any of the work that he's done. He got rid of the guys who didn't want to be in Calgary and kept the guys who did. And it seems to have benefited the team this past season quite well. And Adam Huska, I think, did a good job as their head coach. So Ryan Huska. Ryan Huska. I'm put on the brain is what that is. Ryan Huska, because I heard it a lot. Like, yeah, that's a but I'm not restarting the whole video. I've done it before. Or it gets to the end, I go, no, that's egregious. So that might be more egregious than anything else on the board. But anyways, yeah, I think Ryan Huska, well, relations to do it. I don't know, just gave games out of Huska, so forth. Yeah. Ryan Huska, I think, did a good job as head coach. Got more points out of the Calgary Flames than anybody would have expected. And so, yeah, pretty strong season for Calgary. Will they make the playoffs next year? I think it would be fascinating if they did. I want to see more battles with Alberta. I really do. I think those are always fun. And so maybe we can get one of those next season. Maybe Calgary drops back. I think all of the teams I've talked about, this might end up being one of the hardest to predict for next season. A lot of the expectations are going to be dependent on what this team does between now and training camp. And whether they add or stay the same. And what happens with some of the contracts that are due. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, as always. Share, like, and subscribe if you may not have done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support. So I'm done looking at teams that missed the playoffs now because it teams that lost in the first round. The next time I'm talking to you about a team and a team-centered video. Thank you guys for all your support as always. I will talk to you again soon.
Transcending. Transcendent. The fun transcends. Yeah, okay, buddy. New polarized berry blizzard. It's vodka, but it tastes like berries. Polarized. No plus vodka.
Your past is a mystery, my past is mysterious. We not even serious, are you being serious? I know it's not easy dealing with what you're dealing with, but maybe I try to make it easy. I'm trying so hard, so
Well, it's about time he came back. Shit.
Agree with how Cody George is going to.
You try to eat you make a place.
Daytime is playtime. Don't think you want to skyline. It's your own feet.
You run some golf with your friends?
I've been waiting ages to get back to this game, Barack. Let's do this thing.
Yeah, it's been a while since we played this game. But I have to ask you though, Barack,
What's up,
why are Bill's and George's name in the loading screen?
Just joined our Discord call.
I'm back, Evo. Start the game now, Barrett. Or else.
Whoa, hold on now. What in the actual hell is going on? Explain it to us, Barack.
May the best player win.
Rock, what the hell? Wait, I'm so confused.
I am going to. What do you think of going against me?
George, what is going on? Why can't someone explain it to me?
That is Cody George, you demented peasant.
I would suggest for you guys to focus on the game.
How could you tell us to focus on the game when we don't even know what the hell is going on right now?
Garbage excuses from the 400-pound man himself.
I am not 400
I think it's very fitting that we're playing this match.
Wait, is Bill here as well?
The demented peasant is asking about you, Bestie. You can talk now.
Wait, what do you mean Bill can talk now?
You guys need to shut the hell up and focus on the game.
Seriously, Bill? What do you mean?
Do or say anything that goes against me, and you guys will pay.
Just focus on the game. That's all I ask.
I don't
Another pre-planned excuse from the obese criminal himself.
What did he say?
You have the advantage, though, Donald. This map is us trying to get out of jail, and you seem to be very good at that.
George, please tell me what is going on. How are you doing? How is Bill doing?
Shut up, you goddamn